Hey guys, my name is Jacqueline. I am a corporate flight attendant. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Jacqueline Travels, where I cover all things flight attendant related. Today I will be covering what to do once you pass your flight attendant training. This is for corporate flight attendants. And finding a job as a corporate flight attendant is much different than finding a job as a commercial flight attendant. So today I'm here to walk you through the steps and give you as much information as I can to guide you down the right path. This way you can hopefully land your dream job as a corporate flight attendant. The first thing that I'm going to say or cover is the training school that you decide to attend matters the most. There are a ton of companies out there who offer training to help you become a corporate flight attendant, but there are really only two companies that look the best on a resume. So those companies are Flight Safety International or Air Care Facts. So once you've made this initial investment in yourself and you've completed training, you are pretty much left on your own to try to find a job. There really isn't job placement for corporate flight attendants through most of these training schools or any of the very reputable training schools. The first tip that I have for a newly graduated private jet flight attendant is to network. We've all heard the phrase, it's all about who you know, but in private aviation, it really is all about who you know. You need to get your name out there, you need to get your resume out there, you need to make people aware of the job that you can do, that you want to do, that you're willing to do, and your availability to do the job. The second tip that I have for you is make sure that your resume is 100% perfection. I did put out a video all about the corporate flight attendant resume. I will link it up here for you. Instead of taking your time during this video, I would just suggest watching my corporate flight attendant resume. I cover all the tips, all the tricks, all the important information that you need on a corporate flight attendant resume. Now you've graduated training, you have the perfect flight attendant resume. It's time to start posting that to some job boards. There are plenty of staffing agencies for corporate flight attendants. Some of them do take a small cut once you book work through them. It's like a finder's fee. This is acceptable, this is normal, this is industry standard. But it is a slow process, it's a hard process, and it's a long process for most corporate flight attendants to really see their careers take off. No pun intended. So there's posting sites like Fly Contract or BizJet, aviation jobs. If you Google these agencies, you should have no problem finding it. Also, if you want to reach out to me, I can send you contact info for those agencies once you have completed your flight attendant training and your resume is ready to go and you are all set to fly. All right, I've mentioned it a few times in this video and I mention it in pretty much all of my other flight attendant videos. Don't get discouraged. This is a hard field to break into. Now is a very hard time to break into corporate aviation. Travel is down, furloughs have happened, rich people have sold their private jets. It may be a while until corporate aviation is what corporate aviation used to be in the glory days. But that being said, again, don't be discouraged. More people are feeling more comfortable flying private these days. I've still been able to work as a pregnant corporate flight attendant, and a lot of my friends have found contract gigs or other positions if they had an unfortunate experience like getting laid off from a previous flight attendant job. So don't be discouraged. Again, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of networking, it's a lot of putting yourself out there, but there are strength in numbers. The more you put yourself out there, the more that you're gonna hear something back. Also, if you don't have an aviation background, don't be discouraged about that either. You can definitely play up any customer service related background that you have or any hospitality background. Those are two qualities that are very important that will shine on a flight attendant resume, and that's because truly we are in the hospitality business. Of course, behind the scenes, all flight attendants know our number one duty is safety, but what our passengers see and what the majority of our days involve is tending to client needs, making the client feel like the most important VIP who has ever stepped onto a private jet. So don't be discouraged if you're just starting out. Eventually you will get the aviation experience, but definitely touch on any hospitality or customer service related experience that you can bring to the table. Let's just say you've done these things. You've networked, you've dropped your resume off at FBOs, you've posted your resume to job boards, you've sent your resume to staffing agencies, and you're still not able to book work. At that point, I would suggest a resume overhaul. overhaul. You can enhance your resume a few different ways. You can attend culinary classes and then add that information to your flight attendant resume. You can attend food handling and safety classes and add that info to your resume as well. So anytime you can just give your resume a little boost, I definitely recommend doing that. And you don't even have to go to a culinary school or a week-long program or a program over the weekend. There are plenty of courses online that you can take to enhance your resume. All right, this falls back to networking, and it also kind of has to do with the flight attendant staffing agencies, but you want to join any corporate aviation forums that you can. So NBAA, Women in Corporate Aviation, any of these sites that constantly provide you with information on corporate aviation and where you can network and build connections and chat with other corporate flight attendants, maybe establish connections with corporate pilots or recruiters or hiring managers. Anyone who's a part of these associations, building a relationship with them is definitely something that's going to benefit you. I also think that you should be sending your resume everywhere, whether you live where the job posting is or not, unless they specifically say you need to be within 2 hours of a certain airport. Send your resume out for that flight attendant job. You may be able to commute, or you might be able to book some contract work this way. The more people who see your resume, the more likely it is that you will get a job flying corporate. If you do live close to those smaller airports, hand deliver your resume. Of course, if you're able to get in and it's not a security concern. I definitely think, one, it shows initiative. You took time out of your day, you drove down there, and you're personally delivering your resume. That says a lot about someone. So pound the pavement, get out there, go say hello to your local FBOs, drop off your resume, maybe drop off a little treat. Of course, something that's prepackaged so they know it's sanitized, especially during COVID, and just make your presence known. And the last tip that I want to share is the tip that got me into corporate aviation. But don't forget to sign up for job postings, even though generally I see more junk mail from them than actual matches. An actual match may come. And the sites I'm talking about are Indeed.com, and that's actually how I booked my first gig as a corporate flight attendant. And then also you're gonna wanna have a presence on LinkedIn, because again, it's about networking. It's about linking to each other and making those connections, getting your name out there, hustling, always searching for work, and always building connections. Oh, and then that reminds me, connections. In-flight crew connections, that is another good way to build connections once you have your training done and your resume perfected and you are ready to start looking for work. So quick video for you today. I hope you guys found it helpful. Please let me know below in the comment section what you think, or if you have any other questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, definitely post those down below for me. Please make sure to leave me a thumbs up for this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This way you don't miss out on any future flight attendant videos. If you guys are looking for me on social media, at Jack Travels, that is JAC Travels, that's where you can find me on Twitter. Again, I like making those connections, come find me. And if you're looking for me on Instagram, Jacqueline Travels, just like it is here on YouTube, is where you can find me on Instagram. Thank you guys very much for watching. Stay safe and happy and healthy out there. Thanks again.